The villain tiptoed to the money in the bank and stole all of the money.
The jet received his superpowers of flying, invisibility, and axe by a jet explosion. Fast forward to the present and we find him fishing. When everything changes, he listened to the radio on the boat and the radio said there was a robbery at the South Bank.
Anti-Horse received her superpowers of talking to animals, speed, and other weapons by falling off a horse. Fast forward to the present and we find her planting flowers. When everything changes, she got an alert on her phone that there was a robbery at the South Bank. Robot received her superpowers of lightning, electricity, flying, communicate with animals by a science experiment. Fast forward to the present and we find her exploring a cave. Her BFF tells her there was a bank robbery and she flew away. Electric Cat received her superpowers of stinging, invisibility, and popping balloons. She received them by a daddy jellyfish. Fast forward to the present and we find her in a jungle when everything changes. She's trying to observe plants and animals when she hears a bobcat talking to himself about the bank robbery. She does a spin around and turns into her superhero self. Ice Girl received her superpowers of ice, snow, hail, and communicating with Arctic animals by heritage from her mom, Alyssa. Fast forward to the present and we find her in an igloo. When everything changes, a polar bear runs to tell her that she heard from a bird that the bank was robbed and she gets boiling mad.
Dragonfighter received his superpowers of water, super fighting abilities, super strength by chemical reaction. Fast forward to the present and we find him in bed. When everything changes, he wakes up, he turns on the channel where the news is and sees a bank robber. He feels angry because he wants to protect people.
The supervillain kicked down the vault door and stole all the money, and the superheroes kicked down the other door and the bad guy ran and we chased him all around the city. The villain ran out of the bank and we ran and chased after him and we jumped on him.
They all ran out to the street. Then he tried to run, and he couldn't because they kept on kicking and punching him.
The superhero spots the villain at the bank, and he runs, and then they start fighting. Then the cops took him to jail.